I thought my marriage to Lauren was perfect. 10 years, a daughter, a house in Denver. It was the life I dreamed of. Lauren, a marketing executive, was ambitious, witty, the mother of our 7-year-old, Chloe. But over the past year, something changed. Lauren's work trips grew frequent, her phone always locked, and her excuses thin. I'm not paranoid, but the signs were there. One evening, I found a hotel receipt in her briefcase, Evergreen Suites, dated last month, a night she'd claimed to be at a conference. My stomach churned. I confronted Chloe, who'd been quiet lately. Did Mom go on a trip last month? I asked. Chloe hesitated, her eyes darting. I think so. With her boss, maybe? Her uncertainty screamed secrets. I didn't press her, but doubt took root. Lauren's late nights happened every Wednesday, always after 6 p.m. She'd come home smelling of wine and a cologne I didn't recognize, her stories vague about client dinners. I checked our joint account, $5,000 missing, transferred to an unknown account. My heart sank, but anger simmered beneath it. I wasn't ready to lose everything without proof. One Tuesday, while Lauren was at work, I found a burner phone in her purse, dead, but with recent calls to a number I traced to her boss, Richard, a slick executive I'd met at her company gala. My chest tightened. Was he her lover? I charged the phone, finding texts, Wednesday at Evergreen Suites, don't tell Chloe. I screenshotted them, my mind racing. Chloe knew something, she was hiding it. Then Lauren dropped a bombshell. She was pregnant, 3 months along, claiming it was mine. I wanted to believe her, but the timing didn't add up. We'd barely been intimate. Wednesday, she kissed me goodbye, claiming a team meeting. I nodded, playing the oblivious husband, but followed her in my truck, keeping distance. She didn't go to her office. Instead, she drove to Evergreen Suites, her heels clicking as she entered. My hands gripped the wheel, rage boiling. I snapped photos from the parking lot, watching her meet Richard, tall, polished, mid-40s, his hand on her back. I wasn't ready to confront her yet. I'd dig deeper, uncover the truth about the pregnancy, and take my revenge. I wouldn't let them destroy my life unnoticed. Thursday morning, I woke up with a storm in my chest. Lauren acted normal, orange juice for Chloe, a peck on my cheek, her pregnancy glow a cruel irony. I smiled back, hiding the fury inside. I wasn't just going to tail her again. I needed to confirm my suspicions about the baby. I called in sick to my construction job, blaming a back strain, and spent the day unraveling her lies. I logged into our shared cloud, family photos, work files, nothing suspicious yet. Then I remembered her laptop, left on the dining table. I opened it, heart racing, fingers trembling. Her email inbox showed a draft to Richard. He thinks the baby's his, don't worry. Evergreen Suites Wednesday? My blood boiled, heat rising to my face. I screenshotted it, then checked her health app. Prenatal appointments dated back 3 months, aligning with her affair. The baby wasn't mine. That night, she came home late, claiming a client pitch. No cologne this time, but her eyes darted nervously. How was work? I asked, voice steady, masking my rage. Good, just busy, she said, forcing a smile, her hands fidgeting with her purse. I nodded, but my mind raced with images of Richard's hand on her, the burner phone, the missing money. I needed more proof before acting. Her deception ran deep. Wednesday, I hired a PI, a man named Derek, discreet and thorough. Track Lauren and Richard, I said. I think she's cheating, and the baby's not mine. Derek nodded, promising daily updates. I spent the day monitoring the burner phone, new texts to Richard. He's clueless. Let's keep it that way. Same spot tonight. I screenshotted them, my resolve hardening. At 6:30 p.m., Lauren left, dressed up in a sleek navy dress, not her usual work attire. Derek texted at 7:15. She's at Evergreen Suites, meeting Richard, tall, slick, mid-40s. I'll get pics. My heart sank. I drove there, parking nearby, watching from afar. Lauren laughed with Richard, her hand on her stomach, his smile possessive. I snapped photos, rage and hurt consuming me. The baby was his, she'd lied to my face. I waited until she left, then followed her home. She walked in, humming, oblivious. Good night. I asked, voice icy. Yeah, she said, avoiding my gaze. I didn't sleep, haunted by Chloe's silence, Richard's smirk, Lauren's betrayal. Tomorrow, I'd confront her. I'd take my revenge and reclaim my life. Friday night, I set my trap. Lauren thought we were having a quiet dinner, but I'd planned a reckoning. She walked in at 7 p.m., still in her navy dress, smelling faintly of Richard's cologne. Chloe was at a friend's sleepover, leaving us alone. Hungry? I asked, voice calm, masking the fury boiling inside. Starving, she said, smiling, unaware of the storm brewing. I led her to the kitchen, where I'd laid out the burner phone, the screenshots, and Derek's photos on the counter. Evidence of her betrayal, stark under the fluorescent light. Her face drained of color, her hands trembling as she stared. "What's this?" she whispered, voice trembling, her facade crumbling. "Your lies," I said, voice cold, each word a dagger. "Evergreen Sweets, Richard, the baby, I know everything." She stumbled back, clutching the counter, her knees buckling. "James, I can explain." "Explain what?" I snapped, slamming a photo of her with Richard, her hand on her stomach. "That you've been cheating for months, got pregnant by your boss, and lied about the baby being mine?" Tears welled up, streaming down her face, but I didn't soften. Her tears couldn't erase the pain. "How long, Lauren?" She stared at the floor, silent, her silence deafening. "How long?" I repeated, louder, my voice cracking with rage. "A year," she whispered, voice barely audible, broken. "A year of deceit, sneaking off, using Chloe to cover her tracks." I pulled out the texts, the bank statements, $5,000 gone to Richard's account. "You planned this, Lauren. You stole our money, lied about the baby, our family." "What?" I demanded, voice breaking, the pain raw. She sobbed. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. Richard and I. It started at work, but I fell for him. I panicked when I got pregnant. I thought you'd leave me." "Panicked?" I laughed, bitter, the sound echoing. "You threw us away for him." She sank into a chair, crying harder, her navy dress a mocking symbol. "I panicked. I knew I'd ruined us. Please, forgive me." I wanted to scream, to walk out, but Chloe's innocence tethered me. "We're done," I said, voice steady now, resolute. "Pack your things. I'm filing for divorce, and I'll expose Richard." She nodded, defeated, tears soaking her face. I turned away, needing air, the weight of her betrayal crushing me. I'd take revenge, ruin them both, and reclaim my life. Saturday morning, the house felt like a war zone. Lauren slept on the couch, eyes red and puffy, her navy dress crumpled in a suitcase by the door. I brewed coffee, the bitter smell grounding me, but my mind raced with the screenshots, Richard's smirk, her lies. Chloe returned from her sleepover, her pigtails bouncing, oblivious to the chaos. "Daddy, where's Mommy?" she asked, voice bright. "She's here," I said, forcing a smile, my heart aching. "Just tired." Lauren joined us, playing normal for Chloe's sake, but her hands shook as she poured juice, her eyes avoiding mine. After Chloe went to play, I faced Lauren, my resolve hardening. "Why didn't you just leave?" I asked, voice low, each word deliberate. She flinched, tears welling again. "I was scared. Richard promised me a future, but I didn't want to lose Chloe. I thought I could keep you both." "Keep us?" I repeated, incredulous, the word tasting bitter. "You lied about the baby, stole $5,000, and used our daughter to hide it." She cried harder, burying her face in her hands. "I'll tell Richard it's over. I swear." "Too late," I snapped, voice sharp. I set rules. She'd move out by Monday, no contact unless about Chloe, and I'd file for divorce. She nodded, defeated, her shoulders slumped. But I wasn't done. I'd take revenge. I called Derek again, tracking Lauren and Richard. "Dig deeper," I said. "I want everything. Richard's life, his secrets." Derek nodded, promising results. I contacted a lawyer, Emma, filing for divorce, grounds of adultery, fraud, and emotional distress. I demanded full custody, citing Lauren's instability, and planned to expose Richard's affair to his company and wife. Sunday, Derek's update came. Richard was married, with 3 kids, and had a history of affairs with subordinates. The $5,000 was for a work retreat Lauren attended, code for their affair. I had photos, bank records, evidence to ruin him. I smiled, cold. My revenge would be public, legal, and devastating. I'd report Richard to his company's HR, leak his affairs to his wife, and ensure Lauren faced the consequences. Her betrayal had stolen my trust, my money, my family, but I'd reclaim my life, stronger, with revenge as my weapon. Chloe's laughter echoed, a reminder of what I fought for. I'd protect her, destroy them, and rise above. Monday, I met Emma at her Denver office, the city skyline a backdrop to my fury. She reviewed Derek's photos, the financial records, the texts, evidence of Lauren's infidelity and paternity fraud. "You've got a powerhouse case," Emma said, voice steady. "Adultery, fraud, emotional distress. Lauren's position is weak, but she'll fight for Chloe." I nodded, stomach churning, the weight of the betrayal pressing down. "What about custody?" I asked, voice tight. "We'll fight for full custody," Emma said. "Her deception with the pregnancy could hurt her case, but we'll need a paternity test." I signed the papers, filing for divorce, grounds of fraud, adultery, and emotional distress. Lauren texted, pleading, "Can we talk? I'll confess. I'll fix this." I ignored it, focusing on Chloe, her laughter a lifeline. Tuesday, Lauren moved out, packing tearfully, her navy dress a painful reminder. "I'll fight for Chloe," she warned, voice shaking, eyes red. "You can't take her. I'm her mother." I stayed calm, voice steady. "You lied, Lauren. I'll protect her." Derek's update came Wednesday. Richard met with Lauren at Evergreen Suites again, unaware of my plans. I saved the photo, my resolve hardening. Thursday, I executed my revenge, sent Derek's photos to Richard's wife, his company's HR, and local news. Denver XX affair leads to paternity scandal. Richard's marriage imploded, his company suspended him, and his reputation shattered. Lauren texted, frantic, "You're ruining us. Stop this." I blocked her, but her panic surfaced. She'd show up at Chloe's school, claiming visits, but I saw her glare, envy, rage. "You're destroying me publicly," she accused one day, voice sharp. "You did this, Lauren," I said, voice steady. "I'm protecting Chloe." She sobbed, admitting, "I see you strong, and I hate it." "Richard's done. He's leaving town." I didn't soften, I couldn't. I leaned on therapy, friends, and Chloe's joy, her drawings a beacon. Lauren's double life had scarred me, but I'd rebuild. I'd ensure her and Richard paid publicly for their betrayal, the paternity lie a wound I'd never forget. 3 months after the hotel receipt, the paternity test results came in. I demanded it through Emma, citing Lauren's deception. The lab report was stark. James Carter, 0% probability of paternity. My heart sank, though I'd known the truth. The baby was Richard's, a living reminder of Lauren's betrayal. I sat in my truck, staring at the paper, the weight of it crushing me. Chloe was my only child now, and I'd protect her at all costs. Lauren's lawyer contacted Emma, demanding joint custody, half the house, and alimony. I laughed, bitter, the sound echoing. She cheated, lied about the baby, and now wants everything? Emma filed a counterclaim, full custody for me, no alimony, citing Lauren's fraud. The battle began, but I wasn't backing down. I showed Chloe the photos, explaining gently, "Mommy made a mistake. She's having a baby with someone else." Chloe cried, "But you're my daddy, right?" I hugged her, "Always, sweetheart." Lauren's public downfall continued. Her company fired her after the scandal, her reputation in tatters. She texted, desperate, "You've taken everything. I'll fight for Chloe." I replied, "You lied, Lauren. I'm her father now. You lost that right." Her jealousy surfaced. She'd glare at me at drop-offs, muttering, "You're replacing me." I stayed calm, focusing on Chloe, her trust in me rebuilding. I leaned on therapy, friends, and Chloe's joy, her drawings of our new life a beacon. Lauren's double life had scarred us, but I'd rebuilt. I'd ensure her and Richard's downfall was complete. My revenge a legacy of strength. The paternity lie had shattered my trust, but it forged my resolve. I'd protect Chloe, no matter the cost. 4 months after the receipt, the custody battle peaked. Lauren's lawyer pushed for joint custody, citing maternal bond, but my evidence, her lies, Richard's scandal, the paternity fraud, swayed the judge. I demanded full custody, arguing Lauren's environment was toxic, her actions endangering Chloe emotionally. Emma filed affidavits, Derek's photos, texts, the paternity test proving her deception. The court ordered supervised visits for Lauren, but I won primary custody, with Richard barred from contact. Lauren texted, desperate, "You can't take Chloe. I'll fight forever." I replied, "You lied, Lauren. I'm her father now. You lost that right." Her jealousy surfaced. She'd glare at me at drop-offs, muttering, "You're replacing me." I stayed calm, focusing on Chloe, her trust solidifying. She started therapy, admitting, "I was scared. Dad, I thought I'd lose you." I hugged her, promising, "You'll always have me." Sarah, a coworker, stepped in kind, understanding, helping with Chloe. Lauren's text grew jealous. You're moving on with her? After everything? I ignored them, but her panic fueled my resolve. I filed for a restraining order, citing harassment, her uninvited appearances, jealous rants. The court granted it, but Lauren's double life lingered, a shadow I'd erase. I leaned on Sarah, therapy, and Chloe's joy, her drawings of our new family a beacon. Lauren's betrayal had scarred us, but I'd rebuild. I'd protect Chloe, destroy their legacy, and emerge stronger, no matter the cost. 5 months after the receipt, my revenge peaked. Richard's company fired him, public outrage, his affairs exposed, his family gone. I leaked more to the news. Denver XX paternity fraud. Wife lied to husband. Lauren lost her marketing license, her reputation shattered. She lost her job, her friends, her dignity. I smiled, cold, my plan worked. But Lauren fought back, hiring a new lawyer, demanding alimony and custody. I laughed, bitter, the sound echoing. She cheated, lied, and now wants more? Emma filed counterclaims, full custody, no alimony, citing her instability. The court ruled in my favor, but Lauren's jealousy lingered. She'd show up at the park, watching us, broken, regretful. You've taken everything, she accused one day, voice sharp. You did this, Lauren, I said, voice steady. I'm protecting Chloe. She sobbed, admitting, I see you happy, and I hate myself. Richard's gone. I'm alone. I didn't soften, I couldn't. I leaned on Sarah, friends, and Chloe's trust, her therapy helping her heal. Lauren's double life had ended us, but I'd rebuilt. I'd ensure her and Richard's downfall was complete. My revenge a legacy of strength. Chloe hugged me, whispering, I love you, Dad. I kissed her forehead, promising, we'll be okay, kiddo. My ultimate revenge wasn't just public, it was reclaiming my life, my daughter, my future. 6 months after the receipt, healing began. Chloe and I grew closer. She opened up in therapy, her fears fading, her trust in me solid. She stopped blaming herself, focusing on school, friends, and our new life. Sarah became a steady presence, dinners, Chloe's approval, Max, our dog, loving her too. We moved to a new house, our life vibrant. Lauren's silence was permanent, divorce finalized, no contact, her jealousy buried. I saw her once, at Chloe's school play, watching from afar, regretful, alone, her navy dress a faded memory. I'm sorry, she whispered, tears in her eyes. I begged for forgiveness, I was wrong. I nodded, voice steady. You ended us, Lauren. But I've rebuilt, Sarah, Chloe, our future. You taught me strength. She left, broken. I leaned on therapy, Sarah's love, and Chloe's joy, her drawings of our family a treasure. Lauren's betrayal had scarred us, but it forged us, resilient, united. I started a blog, reclaiming after betrayal, sharing our story, helping others heal. Sarah and I grew stronger, engaged now, Chloe calling her Mommy Sarah. Lauren's double life had stolen my trust, my money, my family, but I'd reclaimed it, stronger, with revenge as my shield. Could I forgive her? No, but I'd moved on, my life a testament to redemption and strength. A year after the receipt, I stood taller, my life a beacon of resilience. Sarah, Chloe, Max, and our newborn, Ethan, lived in our new home, our laughter filling the quiet suburb. Chloe thrived, her grades soaring, her trust in me unbreakable. She wrote a poem for my birthday. Dad, my hero, thanks for saving us. I cried, framing it beside her drawings. Lauren's silence was absolute, divorce finalized, no contact, her jealousy a distant memory. I saw her once, at Chloe's graduation, watching from afar, regretful, alone, her navy dress long gone. I'm sorry, she mouthed, tears falling silently. Please, forgive me, I've changed. I nodded, voice steady, firm. You ended us, Lauren. But I've reclaimed my life, Sarah, Chloe, Ethan, our future. You taught me revenge and resilience. She left, broken, her shadow fading. I leaned on therapy, Sarah's unwavering love, and Chloe's joy, Ethan's cries a new beginning. Lauren's betrayal had scarred us, but it forged us, resilient, independent, whole. I published a book, Reclaiming After Revenge, sharing our story, helping thousands heal. Sarah and I celebrated our first anniversary, Chloe's artwork of our family a treasure. Lauren's double life had destroyed our marriage, but it built my legacy stronger, wiser, with revenge as my shield. Could I forgive her? Maybe, someday, but I'd never forget. I'd reclaimed my life, stronger than ever, never looking back.